Paul's shipwreck. Acts 2 to 21, 27 to 28. Paul travelled far and wide, facing danger every day, just so that people could hear about Jesus. Was Paul worried? Not at all. In every city he visited, he left behind a little church, a group of people who wanted to live like Jesus. But when Paul went to Jerusalem, that's where he ran into big trouble. The religious leaders didn't like it when Paul said that Jesus was the special one that God had promised. The religious leaders were angry when he said Jesus really had come back from the dead. Last, the religious leaders arrested him and beat him. Some people even wanted to kill Paul, but in the end he was put in chains and sent to Rome. So now he was on his way. Paul was put on a ship with other prisoners, and the first part of the journey went well. But then the wind changed, and the ship slowed down. And by the time it reached Crete, it was running late. Was Paul worried? Not at all. He knew that it wasn't a good time of year to sail, and that if the ship stayed in Crete, everything would be all right. Sailed off across the choppy seas. It didn't take long for Paul's warnings to come true. A hurricane blew the boat and it was blown like a toy across the water. The sailors did everything they could. They dropped the anchor, they threw cargo overboard, and they held the battered boat together with ropes. But the storm went on until the food had run out and it looked like everyone was going to die. Was Paul worried? Not at all. He knew God would keep them safe. Calmly he stood up and spoke to the others. I had a visit last night from an angel. He told me that we would get to Rome safely. The ship will be destroyed, run aground on an island, but we will survive. And that's just what happened. The ship was wrecked off the island of Malta. At first, the soldiers and sailors thought only of themselves, but Paul convinced the men in charge that the angel's promise would only come true if everyone stuck together. So that's what they did, and everyone was saved. The people who lived on the island took care of the castaways, and after 3 months, they joined another ship sailing to Rome. In that big city, Paul had to stay in his house until trial. So while he waited, he told everyone who visited him about Jesus. Was Paul worried about what would happen to him? Not at all. Instead, he was busy writing letters to the church he'd started all over the world. And in one letter he wrote, "Do not be worried. Just be thankful and tell God what you need. Jesus will give you peace of God, and that will help you face anything." Hello everyone!
Hello!
Anita, we found you again!
I went missing last week. I sat in this seat, I did the chit-chat, I did the craft, but I didn't pop up on the camera. It was the camera's fault.
Camera's fault, and you won't be here next week.
No, because I'm going to have a holiday.
Holiday? It's a bit unfair that, if you ask me.
No, it's not. I need a holiday.
Oh, she needs a holiday. But before you go on holiday, here is a great, easy craft for us to do. We'll go easy so you don't have to think too much before your holiday.
Okay.
We're just making, what would you call that? It's turbulent seas.
Well, it's not a snowstorm. It's a water storm.
Water storms. That's what we're calling it. Water storms. And you can watch the glitter settle.
It's really pretty, that.
Yeah, it's good. Like that.
Did you get that glitter?
biscuits come out the youth cupboard. And we're doing it because it's reminding us that even St. Paul travelled on turbulent seas and he got shipwrecked.
Is that where we're going this week?
We're going to Malta because
I've been to Malta twice.
Well, were you shipwrecked?
No.
Well, that's a good thing.
But I flew, I didn't sail.
Oh, well, you can't be shipwrecked on an aeroplane, can you?
No.
St. Paul got arrested in Jerusalem and was sent off to the Roman Empire to be to have his trial in front of the emperor himself.
So that's why he was travelling to Rome, and then he just got shipwrecked off Malta. The wind blew them in.
The wind blew them in, and for 14 days they were in this storm, because the one thing you don't do is sail a boat in winter across the Mediterranean Sea. It's not advisable, even in our modern ships today.
No.
It's not a good time to go. So what you will need for your craft is a big jug, a big jar.
This one had coffee in it originally.
And this one had mayo. Can you get it off?
Yeah.
Oh. And you just need to fill it. Fill.
Okay. With water.
With water.
Out of the tap. Tap water.
Tap water.
Nothing special.
And you're going to put some food colouring in it. So how blue would you like your ocean to be?
Oh, we're doing blue to go with the sea.
Yeah. Bloop, bloop, bloop. That's a nice blue.
That's a nice blue. Don't get it on my tablecloth.
Oh, being told off now. I want mine quite blue.
Oh, that's a very Mediterranean colour, isn't it?
It is. No, we haven't finished yet.
No, I'm just going to make sure that the food dye is mixed up in it.
And then you want to put a couple of drops. It's up to you how much washing up liquid you put in. But I like a good spludge.
And what's the washing up liquid going to do?
It is going to... Oh, I've got that on your tablecloth.
Whoops.
It's going to thicken up the water, so when we put the glitter in, it's going to cause different like tides and swirl patterns inside the water.
So does the more washing up liquid make it more
swirly? Yeah.
So do you want me to give this a shake?
Because we just do it all in one. It's an all-in-one. It's like one of those good cakes. So you just put all the ingredients in together and mix it up. And then put as much glitter in as you like.
Does it have to be gold glitter?
No, I just don't have any silver. I was going to go for silver because, you know, nice corally.
Oh, okay. But you could put any colour, red, yellow, green.
And then you do the lid on nice and tight. Make sure there's no spills coming.
Nice and tight, yeah. Ooh, obviously not tight enough.
Nice and tight.
No, I thought I had, and I've got glitter all over the tablecloth.
Yeah, and then you can just mix. I've got too much air in mine. Mix it up.
Oh, yours is pretty.
Ages.
Okay, I wouldn't recommend this kind of a jar because it is like leaking ever so slightly from the lid when I turn it upside down.
Okay, so get a jam jar.
A jar that put a screw lid on.
And then if you want, you can decorate this, put some seashells if you've got seashells on it, put some blue ribbon around it, make it whatever you like. And when you're having a bad day...
You could put a Lego man in it and say he's St. Paul.
Yes. How many shipwrecked objects could you get into it? And when we go through the uncertain, violent world, which kind of has its ups and downs, we remember that God protects us and God is there for us. And that's what Paul said on his boat. He said to his companions on it, don't worry, everyone is going to survive this shipwrecking. And they all did. They all got to the coast of Malta and they all got there safe.
And this is our turbulent time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not being able to go to school, not being able to go to work properly.
Not going to be able to come to church
not being able to come to church, not going to nursery if you're at that stage. It's all very strange, isn't it? So even as littlies, we do have our turbulent times.
Yeah. And you can put that on your nightstand, and if you're feeling scared or nervous and you're feeling all shook up, you can put it there and just watch it go round and round.
That's so pretty.
But eventually it will settle and it will become calm again.
Because God's in control.
Because God's in control. There we are. Amen.
Amen.
And we'll see you next week.
You won't see me. But you'll
see
see
me.
Evie. Bye!
Bye!
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are my light, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness. I will follow you. My lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore.
For our prayer time today, we're going to use our storm shakers that we made in the craft. And if you didn't make one, I'll just hold mine up and you can look at it. And I want you to shake it really hard. And I want you to think about all the situations in your life that maybe cause a bit of stress for you. Is it when you can't get the sweets that you really want? Or you've fallen out with your friends? Or you can't understand why you have to go to bed at a certain time? And sometimes life makes us feel all shook up and that we don't know which way's up. And we can get angry and upset. But we know that God is in us all and has control. So we can feel like we're going up and down, but God's there to calm the storm. So I'm going to pray a blessing for you. As we see the glitter, as it floats through the water, the beautiful swirling patterns it makes, then starts to calm. I ask the blessings of your love on these people, that you will be at their rescue, that you will calm their storm, and you will pour blessings down in their hearts. Amen.